We have been discussing how to uplift prana, especially that prana has fallen down, that life essence has fallen down. There are a lot of tricks and techniques that while inhaling you can uplift. Of course, with khechari mudra, of course with viparitakarani mudra, and most importantly, that not allowing again to fall in Ravi Mukha. So the face of Ravi, the sun, digestive fire, ityartha. And while discussing all these tricks and techniques, because that becomes the essence, the key of life. Or else what will happen? Your energy will fluctuate, you will be somebody, and of course when your energy is low, you are unwanted, you are rejected, dejected within. And a rejected person looks for company. A rejected person looks for security. A rejected person looks for appreciation. A rejected person looks for everything to be accepted. And finally, in reality, a rejected person never gets accepted. In fact, always gets rejected further and further. So this is all about changing your energy, uplifting energy, seeing yourself differently. What Vedanta talks that to see oneself differently through the cognitive change, their yoga highlights also you need to uplift, because if you cannot go to your Vijnanamaya kosha, at least manage Pranamaya kosha. And of course, in order to manage Pranamaya kosha, you need to look at both Annamaya kosha also, and later on prana is connected to mana too. So when different types of approach do talk differently, so in order to take care of this Annamaya kosha, yama, which is understood by anybody and everybody. And of course, pranayama directly talks about pranamaya kosha. And later on, pratyahara is connected to manomaya kosha. And dharana, dhyana will be connected to vijnanamaya kosha. Now, here, all these koshas are connected in different ways, differently. And the last verse that we saw, Rasana talumulena yah pranam anilam pibet abdhardhena bhavettasya sarva rogasya samkshaya iti. The kaki mudra, with the help of kaki mudra, when you start inhaling, and especially once you start inhaling, the inhalation straight goes to your talu. And interestingly, I don't know how many of you practiced this. I don't want to again get reconfirmation. So okay, class got over, the book is closed, so now let us do it till next class. That will be fantastic. Don't worry, one after another text I will complete, nothing will happen. Then finally you will ask, Swamiji, all the time you are saying Brahman, Brahman. What is that Brahman word? Will you please explain? Every class you bring the word Brahman. So I would like to know the word Brahman. You know this joke, PujyaSwamiji's joke. There was a professor that from America, one university, he was teaching Vedanta. So he comes to Rishikesh those days and said, look, Swamiji, I am professor in Vedanta. Wow, fantastic. Such and such university. Wow, that's great, great. I have come here, I have understood everything. Then good. Then why you have come here? What? There is one small doubt. What is that doubt? So, I wanted to want to listen to what is that doubt? Professor teaching. So many years I have been teaching like you. This is the comparison starts, okay? And when opportunity comes, how you compare with everybody, including the teacher. However, so see, he asked, okay, like you, I have been also teaching for so many years. Okay, fine. But I have a small doubt. What is that doubt? I understand everything except Maya. Good. If you didn't understand Maya, then what I have been teaching Vedanta? Same thing also, if you don't understand what is Brahman, what are you listening to? However, so here at least learn some tricks so that practice, so that you will see what I am talking it, okay? And when I am talking differently, you can catch me or you understand, oh, he's talking like this, so that you can travel with me. That's why I am highlighting, or else there is no point, okay? Vishuddhe panchame chakre ध्यात्वा शौ सकलामृतम् उन्मार्गेण हृतं याति वञ्चयित्वा मुखं रवे. So I think we have seen this. So here he says, look, now the person is aware of not mindfulness, okay? That the nectar that is in Visuddha Chakra. And of course, the person does not allow that nectar to fall down. What happens is, so when it starts falling down, the process of falling down itself makes your mind faster agitated. In fact, the moment your mind becomes little agitated and moves faster than required, that means already the bindu, the prana has fallen down, now descending. Then you can say, so look, Swamiji, that's why I don't allow to think. I love not to think. Wish you all the best, okay? That's equally dangerous. And once you are aware that it is falling down or it is speeding up, then you can take the help of Viparita Karani. You can take the help of Khechari Mudra or here Kaki Mudra. So with the help of all these three, again you can bring it up. And especially while inhaling, if you cannot, through the Kaki Mudra, it becomes easier to bring up. Continuing. Bishabdena smruto hamsaha nairmalyam shuddhiruchyate atah kanthe visudhaksham chakram chakravido viduhu. See, all these names of chakra, in Chakra Nirupanam it goes in details, but here it talks a little bit differently. Like why the down mula is called Muladhara, why it is called Swadhisthana, why it is called Manipura, why it is called Anahata, especially why it is called Anahata we have seen in details. Now he comes to Vishuddha Chakra. So Vishuddha Chakra says, look, Vi and Shuddham, Vishuddham iti. So this word Vi V Shabdena Hamsa Smrutaha. So one need to understand this very carefully. So with the syllable, with the alphabet, that we use the word V. So that V represents Hamsa. So when it says Hamsa, so Hamsa means what? Both inhalation and exhalation. And which we have discussed already, Ajapa Gayatri Mantra. So that means what? Here the B Shabda, this in the throat region, now the Gayatri, Ajapa Gayatri is supposed to be chanted continuously. So Hamsa Sabdena B iti. So or B Sabdena Hamsa Sabda iti. And not only that, secondly he says, look, that Vishuddha, so Suddhi or Shuddha Sabdena automatically comes what? Opposite name, he says, uses Nirmalyam. Suddhi ityartha, purity. Ataha, therefore, Kanthe Vishuddhaksham Chakram Chakravido Viduhu. So therefore, so this Chakravidaha, knower of the chakras, means the yogic people, what they know. So they know that in the Kantha region, in the throat region, so there is a called Chakram called Vishuddhaksham, named Vishuddhi. And this is to be known. Chakram Viduhu, it is to be known. Now, why he uses this word? Because when you know the importance of the place, you can focus on that. If you do not know importance of the place, you will never focus or you will never able to use. That's why there are two problems happens with the parents. When they hand over things to the children, some parents don't explain how things happens, how thing comes, or some parents only explains. You understand? And especially, suppose if I am a son or daughter, whatever, I have been only explained. What I will do? I will never explain to my child. Because I will try to behave completely opposite to my parents, which is technically wrong. So, it is to be explained. Just I would like to tell you one small example. Yesterday, or day before yesterday, we were talking about the lamp matter. I sometimes see my boys, when they pour oil on the lamp, in the lamp, and especially when the bottle gets, over, they have to replace with another new bottle. Do you know what they do? Maximum time, they don't, really bring out the last drop of oil that is in the bottle. I don't know how many of you do it. Most of the time, you don't bring out or allow the last drop of oil to fall. Why? Because you are busy. Have you ever observed, have you ever seen, whatever oil it may be, whether it's sesame oil, mustard oil, whatever, groundnut oil, just to have one drop of oil, how many seeds are involved? And to get one seed, how much effort behind the farmer has put? This is to be taught to a child, not taking to Disney World. You need to take your child to the place, farmer, where that is called bread and butter. Let the child live in the farmer, understand what is life. Not taking to different hotels, restaurants. I may be blue fanatic today. You will discover when the same child grows up, you can't handle that fellow or fellow, whatever. So the mistake always goes to the parents, because what you hell gone through from your parents, you don't want to give to your children is wrong. Let the child also equally go through. Don't put your this thing. So why I extended this thing here is, your job is to know the importance of the place. Then only you can do the best. So the Shastra does this job very carefully. So he explains that, look, once you know in and out of this Vishuddha Chakra especially, through this you can do wonders. And in fact, if you look at, we say, when the energy flow stops, obstructs, your Vishuddha Chakra affects. That's why I say, I am getting choked. I remember, very nice thing to observe. There are many ways, especially when some people do pranic attack. So, pranic attack, not panic attack. Panic attack is different, okay? Pranic attack means you can attack on someone through different methods. So, you will discover the uncomfort will be happening here on throat region when somebody does something on somebody. And of course, then on Nath. And I will give you another live example. See, these are the part of this teaching. Without this, you will not be able to understand anything. Like, as I don't know how many of you believe or not. You know, after death, suppose somebody becomes a ghost. So what does the ghost mean? So ghost means who has no annamaya kosha, no gross body. But the subtle body and karana sariram, causal body, are together active. Is it clear? So that is called ghost concept. And that ghost will look for, because especially manomaya kosha is so strong, and of course prana is very much strong. Now we look for annamaya kosha, a gross body, and they get into, in fact, the other person in whose body they get in, that person's subtle body becomes shadow, dormant, like your virus. So when virus enters in your system, what happens to the application? The active application becomes what? Under the control of the virus. The way virus wants to function, the application has to, or the computer has to work. Is it clear? So how that happens? Same thing the ghost does with the body. So when enters in somebody, just I am trying to say how it happens. Suppose if you try to obstruct the ghost, do you know what the ghost do? Always will attack your throat region, not any other part. This is the point I would like to say, bring it. I have seen in many, many occasions, a lot of exposure I had, straight away they'll come, you know, just to catch hold of your neck, Vishuddha Chakra. So that's why Vishuddha Chakra is the most important chakra. And technically, when we do tilakam, also the tilakam comes here. Okay? With a name of Vishnu. Because to be protected. And without protecting that, you are prone to be attacked. And this aspect we don't know. So that's why a lot of things to be done carefully. And once you know, then of course you can handle. And let us read the next. Amrutam kandare krutva. Oh, I think we chanted it this, na? We chanted this or no? Again we can chant. Amrutam kandare krutva. Nasanta sushire kramat. Swayam uchchalitam yati. Varjayitva mukham ravehe. So he says, look, once first of all you understand this Visuddha Chakra. After understanding this Visuddha Chakra, where is the lock? So you can lock it. Now when this is there, now he goes one step ahead. He says, look, the Vindu, the Amrita, or you can say the life essence. So that is where, that is available in Kandare. So Kandare means that, so he himself explains, that is nothing but Nasanta iti. So Nasanta means the end portion of nose, okay? Not tip of the nose, okay? Tip of the nose, only other things runs, okay? So here we call as that carnial region, that means the thalu. So where the nasal point starts. That's why before doing all these things, we suggest people to go through the Kriya, which includes Jalaneti and Sutraneti. So that is also part of it. Because you are supposed to do at least weekly 2 times Jalaneti, which is very nice, useful. Anyway, let me not talk much. Then you people will start, talking me, Swamiji, you are in different mood. Because don't worry, teacher's training course is coming, okay? So that's why. So I'll make everybody know. Then after that, don't worry. No teacher does, okay? So teacher only teaches. They never practice, okay? They will say, we are not a practitioner. We are a teacher, okay? That is meant for others. However, so Amrutam Kandare Krutva. Once you need to place that fallen down Amrutam in the cavity. So you have uplifted it. That's why once you uplifted, the change of your face will take place. Just look at yourself. How your energy is, based on that, your face is reflected. So if your face is dull, confusion, you understand? The brightness of the face comes based on the level of your energy. The way you are within is expressed through your face, not through your makeups, okay? However, here, once this is there, then he says, look, second step is kramat nasanta susire swayam uchchalitam yati rabehe mukham varjayitva. So that means what it is to be done is rabehe mukham varjayitva. So one need to bypass the mukham, mouth, of Ravi that is associated with this digestive system. And in order to do that, what is to be done? Now the person tries to uplift that to gradually kramat through the channel here Sushumna, Sushiraiti, and put it on the end portion of the nasal, what you call as cardial region. So once you do that, what happens is, you will discover there will be a vertical growth in you. How many of you really felt or seen or understood the vertical growth in you? Especially your aura, your energy circle, your prana growing vertically. Have any of you have felt? Good. That is to be first practiced. Or else what will happen is, this will not work. This is the basic thing. How to make your prana to grow vertically. And once it grows vertically, the stability of person completely depends upon the vertical growth of prana. The confidence that you have, the voice that you have, the way you carry yourself, everything depends upon the vertical growth of your prana. And when prana gets vertical, so there are natural processes. For example, when you do the deity puja, that where prana pratishtha is there, all these big temples, you can see that priest will have a different aura altogether, especially while coming out of the puja. Because it's connected to an energy source, automatically energy is higher. That's why many Swamijis or many people, when they do puja, you can see the different type of energy altogether. And you yourself might have felt. Now, that is natural process, spontaneous process. Through breathing, you need to see the vertical growth of yourself. Then only you will be able to understand how that grows, also how it descends, ascends and descends. So the both aspect you need to understand. And he says, look, once you understand this trick, then it becomes easier for you to uplift whenever and whatever way you want. And continuing. Baddham sumakala jalam subimalam kanthasthalat urdhatah nasante susirene yaccha gaganadvara ananta sarvatah urdhvasyo bhuvi sannipatya niramuttana pada pivet evam yakurute jitandriyagano naivasti tasya kshayah.